knees, take a seat on your mat. Rest your hands on your knees. Close your eyes and find your breath. Wonderful. Inhale, arms up. And then bring your hands back down together in front of your heart. Then bring your right hand to the side of you onto the floor. Extend your left arm over to the right side. Bend and hold. Gently come back up to neutral spine and switch sides. Left hand on the floor. Right hand overhead, stretching to the left. Wonderful. Come back to neutral spine. Let's do a gentle twist to the right. And then to the left. Wonderful. Return back to neutral spine. Interlock your hands behind your back. Pull your arms down. Open up your chest. Look up. Gently release. Put your hands in front of you on the mat and do a gentle forward fold. Excellent. Make your way into table pose. From here, we're going to do our cat-cow variation. Inhale, head up. Exhale, round that spine. Inhale, head up. Exhale, round the spine. Head up. And round the spine. Come back to neutral spine. And now we're going to wag the dog. So twist to the right, pulling your right hip towards your right shoulder, and then to the left shoulder towards your left hip, and then keep going side to side for a couple of rounds. Return to neutral spine. So now I want you to extend your right arm out in front of you and extend your left leg behind you. Take an inhale, move your right arm and your left leg to the side and then to the front. To the side, to the front, to the side, to the front. And now you're going to crunch that right arm and that left leg in. Crunch them underneath you for 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Extend them both back out. Find your balance. Release your right hand down. And then we're going to do 3 Pilates push-ups. 3, 2, 1. Wonderful. Release your left leg. And now we're going to switch sides. Extend that left Left arm out and that right leg back. Find your balance. Excellent. Inhale. Put your arm and your leg to the side. Exhale forward. Side. Forward. Side. Forward. And now we're going to crunch them in for 3, 2, 1. Release your left hand down to the mat and move into your Pilates push-ups for 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Come back into table. And now we're going to move into our thread the needle pose. So inhale, stretch that right arm up towards the sky. And then we're going to bend it, curl it underneath us, and hold. Gently come back up. Switch sides. Inhale, left arm up towards the sky. And then gently curl it underneath. Good job. Come into downward facing dog. It's your first dog, so go ahead and bend your right knee, bend your left, pedaling your feet, loosening up those calves. And then straighten out your legs, push into your fingertips. And then you're going to use your hands to walk yourself into a forward fold. And from your forward fold, I want you to slowly roll up to standing. Then go to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Put your right hand in the center of your mat. In front of you, extend your left arm up to the sky. Hold. And then you're going to switch. Left hand down, right arm up. Gently release forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Step back into plank position. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look up. Step to the top of your mat to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. Hands together, bring them to your heart. And we're going to do that again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Step back into plank position. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look up. Step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, arms up, gaze up, hands together in front of your heart. Find your breath. And then one more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Step back into plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Head up, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, arms up, gaze up, hands together in front of your heart. Now I want you to take a nice big wide side step on your mat. And we're going to take our right hand and put it in the center of the mat in front of us. And inhale that left arm up. Excellent. Now switch. Great. Slowly roll up to standing. Walk your feet in if you need to. And then come to the top of your mat. We're going to move into our Sun Salutation B variation. So inhale, arms up. I want you to come into chair pose. Once you're in chair, rise up onto your toes. And then release into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Step back into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Now from your down dog, you're going to bring your right leg forward between your hands. You're going to angle your left foot at a 45 degrees. And you're going to inhale, rise up into Warrior One. Excellent. Now while you're in Warrior One, we're going to put our arms into Eagle Pose. So I want your right arm underneath and your left arm on top. Wind them together. Inhale. Arch your back. Find your balance. Make sure your knee isn't going past your ankle. And then gently release. Hands down on either side of your right foot. Step back into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So step that left foot forward between your hands. Angle that right foot at a 45 degrees. Inhale, arms up. Come into warrior one. Excellent. Now we're going to do our eagle arms. This time your left arm is going to be underneath and your right arm is going to be on top. Wind them together and slowly arc your back. Excellent. Release. Hands down on either side of your foot. Step back into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Look up. Step to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, arms up, come into chair. Once you've got chair, come up into chair on your tiptoes. And then forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Step back into plank position. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. We're going to do it one more time. Step that right foot forward. Angle your left foot. Come into warrior one. And we're going to come into eagle arms, right arm on the bottom, left arm on top. Wind them together, arch your back. Excellent. Release. Hands down on either side of that right foot. Step back into plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Find your breath. And then left foot comes forward. Angle that right foot. Inhale, arms up, warrior one. And this time your left arm is going to be on the bottom, your right arm's on top. Wind them together. Do a gentle arch. Excellent. Release. Put your hands down on either side of your foot. Step back into plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Look up. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, arms up. Come into chair. Come onto your tiptoes. And release your toes and push up into standing. Great. So standing at the front of your mat, I want you to bend your right knee and to hold your foot behind you with your right hand. Excellent. Keep your right hand where it is. Now just raise your left arm straight up into the sky. Great. Now keeping your arms where they are, start to gently bend forward and see how far you can go while maintaining your balance. Wonderful. Come back up to standing. Shake it out. And then we're going to switch sides. So ground yourself with your right foot and then go ahead and bend that left leg and grab it with your left hand. Find your balance. Excellent. Inhale that right arm up. And hinge from the hips and bend your torso forward. Stop where you start to lose your balance and breathe. Wonderful. Come back up to standing. Gently release. Shake it out. And then inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Step back into plank position. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Now from downward facing dog, we're going to go ahead and bring our knees down. And then we're going to extend our right leg out to the side. We're going to come into our gate pose, extending our right hand on our right leg, arching our left arm over our head towards our right toes. And breathe. Excellent. Raise your torso back up to neutral spine. Keep your legs where they are. And now you're going to take your left hand and place it on the mat on your left side. And you're going to arch your right arm overhead. Wonderful. Slowly come back up to neutral spine. And then we're going to switch the positioning of our legs. So you're going to be having your right leg bent. Left leg is extended out to the side. And then you're going to extend your left arm on your left leg. Arch your right arm over towards your left toes. And then come back to neutral spine. Right hand comes down to the mat. Left arm stretches out. Come back to neutral spine. Bring your legs back in and come down into child's pose. Lift your head up. We're going to move our hands closer to the top of our mat, reposition a little bit, and come into puppy pose. And then once you're in puppy pose, I want you to put your hands together in prayer and bend your elbows and raise your hands up. Bring them up towards your head. And just hold. Release your hands back down to the mat. Ground them to the mat. And now I want you to actually extend your legs. Keep your chest and your arms where they are and just extend your legs. Be gentle, go slow. If anything doesn't feel right, just come back down into normal puppy pose. But if not, let's keep those legs extended and breathe. Gently release your legs. We're going to come back into child's pose, but I want your arms to be along the sides of your body and not stretched in front of you. Relax. All right. And now we're going to move into downward dog. Once you're in your downward dog, inhale, raise that right leg up into three-legged dog. Bend that right knee, stack your hips. All right, bring your hips back in alignment. Bring that right leg forward and come into pigeon. Depending on how tight your hips are today, you might stay up, or if possible, start to lower your torso down to the mat. Let gravity do the work for you, and just surrender into the pose. Slowly push your torso back up. And now your left leg, I want you to bend it. And you're going to grab it with your left arm and try to pull that foot towards your hips. Breathe. You're in a king pigeon variation. Gently release that leg. Plug your toes. Push up into downward dog. Give your legs a shake. And then we're going to switch sides. Inhale, left leg up, three-legged dog. Now bend that knee, stack those hips, bring your hips back into alignment, bring that knee underneath you, and then come into pigeon. You might notice a difference in this leg. It might be looser, it might be tighter. That's perfectly normal. Just do as much as you can today. Gently bring your torso back up if it's not already. And now we're going to be bending our right leg, grabbing our right foot with our right hand. And gently release. Come into a seated position. Legs out in front of you. Staff pose. Bend your left leg. Take it onto the outside of your right leg. Inhale, elongate that spine and come into a gentle twist. Looking over your right shoulder. And release. We're going to switch sides. So extend that left leg out. This time the right leg comes on the outside of the left. Elongate that spine. Twist. And look over your left shoulder. Excellent. Bring both of your legs out in front of you into staff pose. And then I'm going to have you bend your right leg. And this time you're going to put your right ankle close to your left hip. Going to sort of stack that leg on top of your left. Elongate your spine. Hinge from the hips and forward fold. Inhale, release that right leg, extend it out, and then bend the left, stack the left ankle on top of the right thigh, bringing it towards the hip. If this brings you discomfort at all, just put your foot on the inside of your right thigh. If not, keep it stacked on top. Inhale, forward fold, let it all out. Gently come back up, release your legs. And now we're going to move into bridge pose to wheel pose. So first we're going to start in bridge. So put your back on the mat, bend your legs, plant your feet, push into the mat, bringing those hips up off the floor, creating space under your back. Gently release back down. Now bridge pose might be more than enough for you today, and if so, once we come into wheel, just come right back up into bridge. But for those of you who are ready for a little bit more challenge, bring the heels of your feet closer to your bottom, and we're going to push up more into our hands than you do with bridge. Really push, pull those hips up. You're going to come into full wheel. Release your head. Use the strength of your arms and your legs to support you. If at any time this becomes too much, gently, slowly lower yourself back down. If not, just hold and breathe. Gently lower yourself back down onto the mat. Go ahead and hug your knees. Do a gentle rock, side to side, massaging that lumbar spine. Wonderful. Keep holding on to that right leg, but extend that left leg out. If you want more of a stretch, go ahead and flex your feet. Squeeze that right leg in. Excellent. Release and switch legs. Hug that left leg in, and you can decide to point or flex your feet. Wonderful. Release. Now I want you to put your feet on either side of your mat, and we're going to windshield wiper our legs. So Gently lean that right bent leg in. Bring it back up. Bring the left in. And then just continue this at your own pace so it feels good for you. And gently release. And we're going to go ahead and come into our Shavasana. So extend your legs and your arms out. Release any tension that you're holding in your jaw. Take a deep breath in and let it all go. Just melt into your mat. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, rock your head side to side, and then move on your right side into a fetal position. And then slowly push up into a seated position. Close your eyes. Find your breath. And now I want you to take both hands, put them over your heart, and I want you to inhale, expand your ribs, expand your lungs, fill your chest cavity with as much air as possible, and then hold it, and gently release. And again, inhale, feel your chest rise, fill it with air completely, and then hold it, and let it go. I want you to continue at your own pace. Notice the warmth of the hands on your chest. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest underneath your hands. and gently release. And I want you to take both of your hands and I want you to put them on top of your stomach, right over your navel. And this time, as you inhale, I want you to fill your belly with air. Push those hands out. See how much you can extend your stomach. And when you can't take in any more air, hold it. And as you gently exhale, pull your navel towards your spine. And then inhale, extend your stomach out. Exhale, pull that navel towards the spine. Continue at your own pace. See how far you can pull your navel in towards your spine. And then release. Now I want you to put your right hand on your heart, your left hand on your stomach over your navel, and we're going to combine the two into our yogic breathing. So inhale, fill your stomach, fill your ribs, fill your lungs with air. Take in as much oxygen as you can until you can't take in any more, and then hold. And as you gently exhale, pull that navel towards the spine. And then again, inhale. Fill that stomach, fill that chest completely with air. And then hold it. And gently exhale. Pull your navel towards your spine. Continue at your own pace. And gently release. Return to normal breathing. And now I'd like you to stack your hands on top of each other, palms up. Let them rest in your lap. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and then let it all go. I want you to imagine for a moment that all your troubles are weights hanging off your body, and you're trying to walk up a steep hill. Imagine all the struggle you'd have walking up that hill with all of your burdens if they were actually heavy weights hanging off your body. Step by step, you struggle and you make your way. And slowly but surely, you make your way to the top of the hill. And now imagine each of those weights, one by one, falling off you. And you're slowly feeling lighter and lighter. So light that your heels come off the ground. Your toes come off the ground. And you start to slowly move up into the air. You're floating. You're free. And now imagine slowly coming back down, closer to the ground, and then right back on top of the hill where you started. Look at the weights lying on the ground. They were all just holding you down. You don't need them anymore. And I want you to walk away and go down the hill. Smile to yourself and enjoy the lightness that you feel. Take a deep inhale and let it all go. This time when you inhale, bring your arms up, palms together in front of your heart. Thank yourself for your practice today.